The nation's capital market received a major boost in the week as the Senate passed the Investment and Security Bills 2023. The House of Representatives had passed the bill, which is expected to aid the functions of the capital market and facilitate the ongoing economic diversification of the government. Now, Senate President Ahmed Lawan, while announcing the passage of the bill, stated that it is expected to protect investors, adequately regulate the market to reduce systemic risk, as well as provide for more stringent punishment for operators of Ponzi schemes. So let's talk more about this. What is this? Now, so let me start with you, Mr. Kofi. So Investment and Security Bills 2023 replaces the Investment and Security Act of 2007, Act number 29, 2007, to service the SEC as the apex regulatory authority for the Nigerian capital market. So how is this bill going to better empower the SEC to perform its oversight functions in the market?
Definitely sure there is going to be a drastic changes from the act of the SEC because of what happened from 2007 to date. It widened the scope of the SEC to act especially for the fund, like those who are coming with
Oh dear, I think we're having the same issues here. Okay, maybe when we can have Mr. Kofi back again to continue on that thought. Ambrose, take it away from there.
Yeah, actually, like Elijah just said, if you look at the new expansion of funds coming to the market, they need a well-regulated oversee to see what is happening. Especially, we're talking about tech startup. We're talking of bringing a non-interest product to the market, and also SEC has continued to introduce new products, and for this product to be effective and also to drive the goal of capital market driving economic development, and you need to coordinate so that there will be confidence in the system. With this act now, more power is given to SEC to as an apex regulator. For me, it's a good one. It's a welcome development in the market. But what more we need, I expect that SEC will do now, as we are giving more power to regulate, you need to also make impact that the product you're introducing or the market you want to regulate is deepened by what? By knowledge. Because anything people are doing without knowledge, they are about to guess, and that's why they become a lot of fractures here and there because they don't understand it. That means you need to make people understand the market, the games and the rules, so that they won't be prey to that offense and all those stuff. For me, it's a good one. I believe that is also, now that we're expecting to have an incoming government, we need to see how this market contribute to what our economy, because really, if you want to really drive economy into production, you must have a market that's for long-term borrowing.
Quickly, let me go back to the Zoom call now. Mr. Bano, so some of the key points of investment and security bill include regulation to ensure capital formation. So I would like to ask you, how would this encourage investment and benefit investors? Specifically, I mean, before now, we just talk about buying out minority shareholders. So how is this applicable to that, protecting investment that belongs to the minority shareholders in a company like Kowando that we just talked about? Speak to us, Ban.
Yeah, the bill is going to address the issue at large in the sense that, okay, the majority shareholders won't just come up on a day and say, okay, yes, this kind of position they are taking because they are having the majority shareholding in a particular company. So the bill is going to give SEC the opportunity to give other shareholders, being minority or the majority shareholder, the ability to express their intention to on their holdings. And also, as Mr. Ambrose said, on the startup companies coming up at large, is going to address, and we'll be experiencing different kind of funds coming up in the markets now, like the crowdfunding, that, okay, yes, people will just come up. And in order to protect the investors, is giving the SEC the power to look more into the regular, regular regulation they've been used to, and in order to also improve the investors' confidence in the markets.
Okay, so let me go back to Kasimo now. Thank you for being there. So talk to us. We couldn't finish up with your thoughts. You were trying to, help us to understand what this means. Talk to us now. Are you there?
Well, you see, SEC is now giving a much more power that they can deal with, especially the fraudulent fund managers. So we are believing that this revised act will deal with such act and will allow the SEC to come with the issues like the Forex. If you look at it, Forex has been trading for over 23 years, but not yet been regulated by SEC. With this revised act, SEC will have the full power to allow it, because trading in the Forex is one of the major sins that happen in the capital market. And with this revised act, SEC will be able to deal with it decisively.
Permit me to jump in, Mr. Kofi. There's Investment and Security Bills, or Security Act of 2007. So what's the difference between this one now and then? Hello, Mr. Kofi.
Yes, I'm listening.
Yeah. So there is an Investment and Security Act of 2007, and now we have 2023. So what's the difference?
It's going to make a major difference, because if you look at it from 2007 to date, so many things happen in the capital market, and those happening could be decisively dealt by the new act. Aside that one, the Act 2023 will really give the SEC the power to deal with so many things, that the Crown Fund, the Forex, so many things that were not being regulated by SEC will now have the liberty to regulate them, and that will make our market better and better than what it is before.
Okay. Ambrose, let me come back to you in the studio here. So give us your final take on this. We do know there's Ponzi scheme. Before now, we've witnessed a lot of infractions in the market that has been traceable to Ponzi schemes, and sometimes they are very difficult to even detect that these are Ponzi schemes. So it looks like it's going to become a big task for Security and Exchange Commission now. So that's where the issue. How do they even, because it's there, you can get up to 10-year jail term according to this new act. So do you think it's going to be easy, or a walkover for security?
In regulating, it takes a lot of responsibility to regulate. One, you must understand what you're regulating. Regulating is not just sitting down and just overseeing.
Right.
You must understand, and also you need more hands. For now, like I said, from 2007 to date, a lot of things have happened. Now that we are empowered to do more, do you have the capacity to go out and face this thing squarely? Do you have the understanding, the knowledge also to go? Fine. These are the things that we should understand, not just giving power to go. You must understand the term. You mentioned Ponzi scheme. For how long have Ponzi scheme been in Nigeria? That after one going on, that the network come up in the same country where we are, what have SEC done to kind of nip it at the board, and these things are not coming up? One. Now we are going into crowdfunding, and also we are going to FS market to regulate. What is the knowledge of those that are going to then? Are you employing more hands? These are the things. If SEC is set, I mean, this is a good one, because we want to widen our capital market to go into FS, because I tell you, the activities that go through FS transaction within Nigeria here, when those are even doing cryptocurrency, a lot of things. If we can regulate it, it's about understanding. You can see that even what happened in US in terms of this Silicon Valley, you can see that it was also linked to what cryptocurrency, and that you can see that how SEC over there has overnight changed the regulation for it's about being stiff and being fast. Yes, we understand what that is important. If SEC are giving such responsibility, I think it's time for them to update themselves as regulator, and also need more hands to make sure that they nip things at the board before they escalate, because that is the essence of regulation. It's not only just by punishing. As a regulator, you make sure that things are not coming up to combo, because yes, you have the power to punish when you're bored, to make sure that things are not coming to that level. That is why we're a regulator. You don't wait until somebody go and arrest the person. No. Make sure that you put plans and plan on road, or put a platform that will always identify this thing before it comes up, so that you can go check it before it becomes a problem to the economy.
Let me get one more comment from Bano before we head to another conversation. I mean, Ambrose has raised a very important key talking point here. That is, the regulators must understand the market, or what they are regulating as well. So we have Ponzi schemes that have come and gone in different forms and shapes as well. So talk to us about this. Does this empower someone, an individual like me, to get a license to go into the capital market to play? Of course, if I meet all the requirements. Bano.
Yeah, if you meet all the requirements, then you need to go through the SEC and also to obtain the regulatory approval to have, I mean, to get your what you call it, your funding needed has been said. So Mr. Ambrose has talked much about from the SEC side. So I will also talk from majorly from the investor side that okay, they should be careful of the kind of investment they will be looking in, they will be investing into. Not that okay, because this investment is registered with, or this particular company is registered with CAC alone, but they should be looking at okay, is this investment regulated by SEC itself? If it's not, and then they should be careful about that kind of investment so that investor, their fund protection, which is more important to them,
will it even matter? Just a moment, will it matter if a company is licensed by SEC? Does it matter if I check the record or not as an investor?
Yeah, it does, in the sense that it's going to give what we call it, the investor the soft landing, yes, that's a soft landing for investors in order to say okay, yes, it's not just regulated by the CAC, not regulated by probably the what we call it, it's also regulated by any other regulator like probably the CBN or the SEC itself, as we have been talking about.